Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
Happy Friday. Oh, it's Friday.
It is Friday, and it's the beginning of a long weekend, too.
That's right. It's right. It's very exciting. Hey, so I wanted to, before we start,
Before we even start.
No, actually, first of all, I want to say, give a shout out to everybody.
Even before that.
But even before that. But this.
Oh, use your new function.
Oh, my new function. Although it feels like they didn't show it. It doesn't show everyone.
It seems like a short list, right?
Yeah,
so if we miss you, hello and welcome.
So Christopher Chalice is here, Insane Lego Fan, James D'Agostino, Johnny Cat is here, Hooded One just showed up, JMW Music, Joshua Zender, Moto is here,
hey,
New
Moto.
Master 69, Shane Levin, Synthetic Mason, Wilfred Bonjour, Zach Martinez, Zahra Kino Kim is here, Apple's just arrived, though this is awesome.
Wow, see, it's alphabetical.
I know, it is. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
wow.
Moto, someone mentioned that yesterday.
I wish it was.
Yesterday morning was so long ago. Why would that be, Flynn?
Well, yesterday was so long ago because... Hey, Stud Sidious is here. How's it going? Monkey Face Films. Very good to see you.
Oh, Wilfred, that is a very cheerful post.
Yes. So just wanted you to know, like, I tried out this new setting.
Uh-oh.
And we'll see how it works today. I changed on YouTube it from the latency from low latency to ultra low latency. And supposedly what it's supposed to do is shorten the time between the lag between what you write and what we see and when we're able to answer it. Like, it's supposed to help, so we'll see.
Oh, Stud Sidious, thank you. Actually, that makes a perfect segue to talking about.
Yes, and Johnny too. Thank you so much. Yes, thanks, the stream Johnny. Last night was amazing. We had Maddie and Jimmy from Lego Masters Australia Season 1.
What fun. They're just like sharp as tacks and really good designers and so fun.
And just as I suspected, having gotten to know more of them over the hour and a half that we were hanging out with them, is like we really are like the mirror universe them. So it's crazy.
We still don't know whether they would buy into that or not.
I think they would. I think they do.
But the more things they said, like he is a filmmaker. They make animation. So many things that they mentioned. Yes, exactly. Really, now they may be more into Star Wars than we are, but they really love The Mandalorian, right?
Yeah,
to the
they do.
Degree of getting Baby Yoda tattoo. Right?
Yeah, Jimmy has a Baby Yoda tattoo and a Boba Fett tattoo, and their dog's name is Chewbacca.
Yeah, exactly. So for Logan Cookie Time, they brought their dog out as well.
Which one of us will get a Baby Yoda tattoo? I don't think so. I think it'll probably be a... if I was to get a Star Wars tattoo, what would I get? I don't know. I kind of... I have to say, I kind of like the tattoo that Jesse and Kara got. The minifig head of the original Princess Leia.
Oh yeah,
and which is kind of awesome to get like Lego and Star Wars. Like that's my connection.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I would get a Star Wars tattoo. I'd have to think about it carefully. I would get a sci-fi tattoo for sure.
Oh, Kim, you were talking about Paranorman last night.
Oh, right, exactly.
Yes, got my Paranorman shirt on today. I love this. I love this shirt, and I love this movie so much. I know that. So Drew Bear was saying that he picked up a copy and got it from Amazon, and it was like the wrong region. He was very sad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I had
on
that.
Blu-ray even.
I lived in Germany for a little bit, and I had a lot of region issues between. I had to authorize my computer for there, etc.
Noob Master 69 says, "Did you guys watch Empire Strikes Back last night to celebrate the Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary?" We did not, because
but we watched it recently.
We did watch it recently, but because we were here streaming with Maddie and Jimmy, and that actually took a little bit to set up, and then by the time we ended up going over, and by the time it was over, it was late, and we still hadn't eaten dinner, and it was the whole thing. And then it was Animal Crossing on the couch.
But we did recently watch all 3 of the original movies. I guess that would be episodes 4, 5, and 6, I think. If I understand that right.
If you must.
And it was great. I love them. You know, the technology has moved on a lot since then, but I I miss actual puppets in front of the camera. I love that.
Yeah, me too. So I'm curious, is anybody noticing a difference in our ability to answer your questions faster?
Like Zahra Kino Kim just said, Animal Crossing on the couch is great.
Yes, it is great.
Ago.
Hopefully.
Well, I pointed out that was a time
Hopefully.
check.
Yeah, oh, I see. We'll see.
Puppets are so much better than CGI. Yes. Have you seen the Dark Crystal?
Agree. The new one.
The new Dark Crystal is all like, I mean, but I think they do CG facial enhancements, but it's really subtle. I think like eye blinks and things like that.
Well, and then we even talked about on Star Wars Day, we talked about, with Boone, we talked about Werner Herzog being in the first couple of episodes of The Mandalorian. And he's like this, like, you know, famous director known for being very serious and kind of avant-garde or whatever. And he was, they didn't want to, like, I guess, insult him by, like, making him act with a puppet. So they were going to CGI it, and they were, like, fretting about it. And finally he was just like, just use the puppet.
He called them cowards.
Yeah, he says, you're cowards. Just use the puppet.
Yeah.
All right, I love that.
So speaking of well, I don't know that I think of puppets immediately when I think of Disney, but that makes me think of animation, which makes me think of Disney pins.
It does make me, wow, that was a very good segue. Now, what did I do with
really,
mine?
it was kind of clumsy.
Well, that's all right. Okay.
All right, so today I'm digging deep in the Disney pins for a Walt Disney World survey marker. Right there, standing in line.
So that's the person that you would go up to that was taking a survey. It ended up in
that is my collectible Disney pin for today. See, sometimes you can trade up, right, with pin trading.
Yeah, and sometimes not, unfortunately. So today I am wearing to go with our fairy tale theme of today. I'm wearing a Pinocchio with Jiminy Cricket.
Nice. I love Jiminy Cricket. I love those films they used to play on 16 millimeter when I was in elementary school about safety and I'm no fool, no siree.
Oh, Jiminy Cricket. Well, and then, you know, I love in Pinocchio, which is beautifully animated. I have it on DVD or on Blu-ray actually, and it's just gorgeous. It's got so much lovely, it's got so much lovely stuff. Hopefully.
Sorry.
It's got so much lovely stuff in it, but the whole thing about the the island where all the bad kids go.
What you like? What was that bar? The Rough House.
The Rough House, and it's just them beating the crap out of each other. It was so.
But on the ride at Disneyland, it's great because there are these silhouette shadows in the windows of them, like.
I know, it's one of my favorite parts of the ride. And when you go to Pleasure Island. It's amazing.
I'm very inspired for Lego by Disney dark rides. You know, all of those like simple mechanics of the figures like popping up from behind tombstones or whatever.
So I thought, why don't we move on to a little Lego news? We have a little Lego news today, and then we're going to do our slideshow of everybody's fairy tale builds.
Okay.
So I'm going to try and not get distracted and jump too far ahead of my list, and we're going to go over to this first because I jump.
I'm just going to separate out the second story for the.
So here we are. The second story for what?
The pop-up
book. Actually, it's the same. We're just adding to it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well,
anyway,
stay tuned.
So this is our Lego news for the day from the Brothers Brick. And full disclosure, I do work for the Brothers Brick, and I did get permission from them to show the site on the stream and talk about the news. So. Some of you, this is also a great story about an AFOL who is now working for Lego, and you wonder how much influence a designer has over what becomes a product over at Lego. Well, Chris McVeigh, whose name is Power Pig online, he started doing these brick sketches a long time ago. It was like a staple of his Instagram account, and he did actually, like, the BB-8 and the Stormtrooper here are all ones that I've seen him do before. So he got a job at Lego like a year or so ago. I remember seeing his like goodbye post on Instagram. I was very sad because he's amazing. he is now working for Lego, and he was supposed to be, I think, working in the architecture area, which means he'd be working with Jamie
Berard, right?
But apparently they've bought the idea from him, and he even called them brick sketches, and now Lego is producing a line of brick sketches.
They're so cool. And we're sort of like 3D mosaics, right?
This is
that right? It's not like a full 3D model. It's flat, but with dimension.
So check it out. So this is, and I'm excited because we're about to do so many segues. It's going to be amazing.
I know, this is
okay. So this is the Batman one, which looks great. The Joker, those teeth are so creepy.
Well, you know, you make yours look very different. They have a different style, but you make faces using similar methods.
Yeah,
right?
oh yeah. My vampire teeth, that was wacky.
Vampire the werewolf, you did Frankenstein.
Yeah, so here's the BB-8. Really nice. And a First Order Stormtrooper.
Is that a bling? What is that, like, the 1x1 round tile there? Is that a bling on his helmet? I like it. I like the way he paints with studs. Like, he really gives them a lot more dimension with where he puts studs and where he doesn't.
Yeah. Hey, Thomas Howard, welcome. So that's Brick Sketches. I'm looking forward to this line coming out. And so that is going to segue us. And that's going to put us on an unsteady two-wheeled scooter thing.
I was going to say, stay away from the cliffs.
So that's going to segue into sort of a new thing. So, you know, we always have trouble catching up with the build challenges, and so like we'll be premiering our build for this week's challenge on Monday,
and we'll do a teardown of how we
and we'll be doing a teardown of it. Is. But in talking to a couple of other people, thinking about us, we were like, well, if it takes us a while to get ours done, we can only imagine it takes a while for other people to get theirs done, and I'm always so amazed by what everybody could turn in.
Yeah, and, well, especially with people starting to go back to work and, you know, getting busier too.
Exactly. So now, so what we're going to start doing is we are going to start announcing the weekly challenges on Friday, and then you will have until the following Thursday to get it done. So basically a week.
Yeah, so you get that additional weekend.
Yeah, so you get additional time. We get additional time. And I'd love to see now, like, to see what y'all can do when you're working quickly. I'd love to see what you can do now, given more time. And you know what I wanted to say, too, about this recent crop of photos?
What's that?
They've gotten so good. People, I think, have taken our
photos
advice.
About how to show their work.
Really impressed.
That's really cool.
I gotta say.
These are all going to be new to me. I haven't seen any of the submissions yet.
Oh, right. Yes,
no,
it's true. It's true. You haven't gotten to see it. But I want just to segue that. I'm going to go ahead and, because the segue works here, I'm going to announce, and this is funny because we thought of this before we realized this was Lego News, this week's challenge is a mosaic. Yep. So it can be up to 32 by 32 base plate.
Yep.
It can be smaller than that if you want it to be, but your job is to make a picture on that plate using mosaic
studs
method.
Out, basically.
Studs out,
but use whatever. I didn't mean to step on you there. Sorry.
No, go.
But use whatever build techniques you want. Make it as 3D as you want, or as flat as you want. It could be like a tile pattern, or it could be a whole scene. It could have plants sticking out of it. But the idea is a mosaic coming out of the plate.
Yeah, I mean, just like this, and this is and this is absolutely a mosaic. So it's a thing that this is a mosaic. This is what we're talking about. A picture that if you were to hold that plate up facing you with the studs out, you would see a picture.
Yep.
All right.
But that's a pretty loose interpretation. It can be anything, any theme, any shape you want. It doesn't have to fill a 32 by 32 plate.
It's completely up to you. Yep. So, I'm excited. And I think this is probably a medium that not a lot of people work in. So hopefully this will be a fun challenge.
I haven't worked in this medium before. I'll be doing something brand new.
Yeah, I'll be doing... I mean, I've kind of done it before with my monster pictures, but I think I'm going to do... I had an idea rolling around for a while, and I won't do it for this one, but I'm hoping that doing the smaller one will inspire me. But I've wanted to do, and I'm not going to say which one, but I wanted to do one of the Haunted Mansion stretching portraits as a mosaic in that style that I like to do with all the curves and stuff.
And I wanted to bring up too, one of the most amazing mosaic artists I know of. One of them, we know a number, is Gwyneth Cosbiel.
Gwyneth, yes, Gwyneth does amazing. And you know who else we know that does amazing mosaics?
Yep.
Sam Hatmaker.
Sam Hatmaker does portraits.
Yeah,
right?
and he doesn't do them with a computer. He just does them out of his head.
Yeah.
And which
I think is obviously a lot harder.
The limit is 32 by 32 base plate, and I only say that because it's. I want
Christopher Koster. I wonder that you could join us. I'm sorry.
I want everybody to be able to see the details in it. If it starts to get bigger than 32 by 32, you start losing the details on the small screen.
Well, it's an even playing field, right? Everyone's going to be dealing with that same constraint of how do you abstract out the detail or include detail in that size.
Bye, Christopher.
I'm excited about it. I think it'll be fun.
I think
those
this will be fun.
Limitations, I think, make for breakthroughs.
So there you go. 32 by 32 or smaller mosaic due by next Thursday of a whole glorious week. All right, so speaking of that, we can now segue into seeing this week's challenges.
A funny thing, Flynn.
What's that?
Funny thing. If you say segue, it kind of cuts across the segue. Just a little. But we got here, right?
We're here now.
All the way here. So what are we doing now? Are we going to do the slideshow or build some?
No, we're going to do the slideshow because we always do the slideshow first thing. And I got to get my my notes up here because I did notes. Hopefully I got them all in the right order.
Look, Flynn's pencil cup.
Oh yes, that was a gift from our friend Tina. Very good. All right.
Here, I'm just going to reach right in front of you, Flynn.
Oh, sticker set show and tell first.
Is it that time? Okay. Well, we have one inspired by fairy tales today.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Right? And I always love the holographic paper.
Right. Sticker set show and tell, everybody. All right, here we go.
This one is from 2019. See if you can see it here with the reflections. 2019, it's Ariel, Aurora, and Tiana's Royal Celebration from a Disney Princess set number 41162.
And you know who worked on this set?
Who?
Is our friend Elia Gottlieb.
Oh, really?
Worked on designing this set. Not these stickers, but... And I wanted to say something...
So nice.
Not only... is sticker set show and tell just like a fun little feature that we do, but I actually have a lot of respect for the graphic designers who do, like, I know stickers are highly controversial, but I think we really overlook, like, we look at the toy and the model and how the model is put together and we focus on that. And I don't think enough focus is put on the people who do the graphic design for the printed tiles and for the stickers. They got a big job.
And for that matter, the faces on the minifigs, right? And the costumes on the minifigs. All of it. That is graphic design for the printed tiles.
They're doing costume design and, and all of it, and facial expressions. And I think it's really, I think they have a really important job. And hopefully one day we can have one of them on the show, because that would be amazing.
That would be cool.
All right, so why don't we move on to our slideshow, because I know that's what y'all are waiting for.
That was so fun too last night with Maddie and Jimmy. They shared a brick that already had a sticker on it because their favorite sticker was already on a brick.
Yes, and it was Jasper. It was the Simpsons Quickie Mart. And it's the old man in the freezer, the Jasper in the freezer. That's like their favorite. I thought that was so funny. Okay, so let's see. We are going to move over here. And we have to do this. I remember to make this work. Okay, wow. So I'm just warning you that we're going to have to do I'm going to have to do a lot of resizing on the fly today. So
Seat of Your Pants. Right?
Yeah, Seat of Your Pants Productions presents. All right, so
what is this?
So this first one is from Avernus Workshop, and it's called The Rose, and it's a Beauty and the Beast reference. I'm 99%
immediately.
positive.
Had to be, right?
Yeah, with the magic going up the rose. I love those clear.
Translucent and sparkles equal magic.
That's what we always say. That's kind of
Do
like
I kind of repeat myself a lot? Right?
No, I just mean that's one of our many hilarious sayings.
I love this, and the fact that it can remain standing at all, is that, have they stressed bricks there, or what is that stem made of? I can't tell what's going on.
Yeah,
with that
it looks
stem.
like it might be, but it's really great. I think.
Yeah,
this is
the shape of the bud is really cool.
Of the bud?
Of the rosebud.
Yes. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I gotta keep my phone's gonna.
Bye, Christopher Chalice.
Bye, Christopher. We'll see you later. Thanks for stopping by.
Oh, FaceTiming your son is a great reason to go.
Okay, so here...
Oh, how fun!
So here, I'm going to have to do a little bit of resizing. Sorry, everyone. All right, so this is from Brickanista, Naomi, our friend. You may have seen her on our Mother's Day group cast that we did.
I should have. There's Super Sewer Baby right there.
Yes, so this is, here's the story. Hearing that Tiana is getting ready to kiss the Frog Prince, Super Sewer Baby calls for help from his noble mount AAA, his amphibious assault alligator Alexa.
Wow.
Thankfully, Alexa helps Super Sewer Baby arrive on time and prevents Tiana from turning herself into a frog. Another mission accomplished.
Well, I love this piece. I shouldn't be surprised at all, but I love the silhouette of it. Those tree trunks are really these just lovely twisty curves.
Yeah, it's it's really fun.
The whole thing, and I love the further adventures of Super Sewer Baby.
I know. I love all these ones that we have where people do the. Where people have continuing characters.
It's like serialized.
It amuses me greatly.
Are you amused?
It amuses me greatly. Okay, next up. Oh, see, I've got managing too many things right now.
That's okay.
Here, I'll try to see if I
going
can.
Along at a nice pace. Should we segue to the next slide?
You know, if you say it, it doesn't. Yeah. Like it doesn't work. Isn't that what you said?
Yes.
All right. So this one, lots of.
Well, I love the color palette, and there's major texture going on in that wall there.
So this is from Cornado, and this is the lost version of The Old Woman Who Lives in the Shoe. Okay, I'm just warning you all that this is about to get a little bit dark, but I gotta say, after reading it, it's not as dark as most actual fairy tales.
Well,
so
I will say,
fairy
tales and fables, you know, bad things happen sometimes, don't they?
A lot of times. Okay, so here we go. So, The Old Woman Who Lives in a Shoe, where CPS, Child Protective Services, comes and takes the children due to malnutrition and the constant scolding. Her neighbors who live in a Birkenstock are sick of hearing it. Now that the checks have stopped coming, she truly doesn't know what to do. Wow, that is dark.
No.
That's dark, y'all. But I gotta say, still, I gotta say, yes, this is, okay, good. Cornado says he works for CPS. Okay, good.
I'm so glad. Thank you very much.
Because I wasn't sure where it was going, but that provides me...
It's hard to tell tone, right?
But that provides me with some good context. Thank you, Cornado, for tuning in on that. But yes, it's great. But seriously, no darker. Like, actually much less dark than a lot of the stuff, because like the one that I really wanted to do was so awful that I can't even talk about it. Richard won't let me even talk about it on the show.
Well, I mean, in a fairy tale, you know, something would fly in and eat all the children or something, right? Like, they're dark.
Yeah.
But only the ones who misbehaved.
Got it. All right, Cornado, great build. That's
great.
I love it.
That's great. I love it. I love the story.
The Birkenstock thing kills me.
And the sort of old school Lego colors are really fun. The yellow and red for the shoe.
Very fun. Very super fun. All right, so
and nice Hummer too.
Yeah.
That is that it's a Hummer, right? Or like
you're asking someone who knows nothing about
SUV.
cars.
Or
an SUV of some kind. Okay, so this is from Drew Bear, and this is, I love this so much. And I actually remember He sent it to me, and I was looking at it, and then I remembered the
Yes.
that I had read this story when I was a kid in a book. So let's see. This is from Drew Bear. Drew says, "This is The Funny Woman Escape" by Drew Bear. And so the thing about this is, I think, if I remember correctly, the book was called The Funny Little Woman. I think, is that right? She says, while trying to escape across a river from the land of the wicked Oni with the demon's magic rice paddle, the funny woman is pulled back as the wicked Oni begin to drink the river. When she makes the wicked Oni laugh, they spit all the water back onto the river, making a wave that carries her to safety. This is so great, and I really love that that you kind of went not with a traditional Western fairy tale. Like I think that's really great. I love the boat.
Just every bit of this. I mean, the treatment of the water with the translucent and trans-blue sides of the waves, along with the sort of elves,
the
curlicue swirls, and the dolphin, and the bucket handles underneath. Color contrast.
Yeah, check that out.
That's really clever.
Yeah, somebody was mentioning that in the chat. The border is amazing, and that's clips with bucket handles. That's genius.
That's so smart. And then the corner treatment with the crab,
with the gold crab.
It's all just spot on.
Yeah, it's beautiful,
and a nice photograph too.
Yeah, it's great, and nicely photographed. Very good.
Oh, I like that you made the cyc wall background, like making the blue background and having it on the natural wood table. Really are color coordinated with the piece.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to steal that bucket handle idea because
it's really
just
beautiful.
Kind of amazing. I'm super into it. Okay,
I agree, Mr. Elmo Man.
All right,
amazing snot use on the boat. Yeah, I agree. Like to get such a small shape with such really nice curves.
All right, ready?
Yes.
Okay, so, I gotta resize again. So this is from Jason, who always does his stuff in Fabuland, which I love. And he actually apologized and was like, I hope you're not sick of Fabuland.
No!
Never! We will never,
this.
ever be sick of Fabuland. So just putting that out there.
These animals are great.
And this is his version of Rapunzel. And I love that the mouse has those like segmented strings that we like so much hanging off as the hair. I just think it's brilliant.
Well, and the fact that it's both animals makes me think of a fable too. Like for my piece, I have a pretty obscure Aesop's fable. I just love every bit of this.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
And again, it's got that nice neutral background to the photograph, so it just stands out.
And I love the towers, the flowers on the side of the tower. Like it's a nice decoration. It's just it's very clever. And I love that roof piece.
Yeah,
super into that roof
Johnny
piece.
Cat, I agree. It's adorable.
Let's see. All right, very good.
Moto, right. Never be sick of it.
All right, so the next up. Oh, I'm going to have to do some resizing again, everyone. Apologies that I have to keep doing that, but we want to make sure we can see all of the details.
Oh, now is this going to be the Ugly Duckling?
Indeed. This is the Ugly Duckling. This is from JMW Music. The Ugly Duckling. Remember the lesson behind this story. To everyone who feels downtrodden for being different, your moment will come. It just takes a little tenacity and a little time for your moment to shine and prove the haters wrong. I love that. What a wonderful sentiment. That's really, I mean, I love that. And thank you for I really like your distillation of the story down to those terms is beautiful.
Yeah, and the brick-built swan and duckling, are...
Yeah, it's great. I love that. I love the three little ducks. Like the friend ducks. And I also gotta say, I love it. So in the story, the Ugly Duckling, it's like the three cute ones and then the one ugly one. And I love in this case that the ugly one is like
huge,
6 times larger than its brothers, and I can only imagine that egg size must have been massive.
Well, the inverse slope for the lower jaw, along with that eye, make for a really great expression.
It's wonderful. I just love it. It's really, really good.
Not one stud wasted.
Oh, hey, we have some new people, it looks like. Racks. Love you guys. Not only my favorite group from Lego Masters, but you guys have such a great way of expressing your passion. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks
we
a lot.
appreciate that so much.
Monkey Face Films is here too. That's a new. That's someone new, right?
He's been here a few times. They've been here a few times, but it's been a little while, I think. Yeah, the little duck pieces are amazing. Very nice. All right, let's see what we have next up.
Oh, the lighting was really nice in that one too. It was coming from the top and showed the pieces really 3D.
It
nicely.
Was. So this is, remember we were talking about having people who put their stories running through, and I apologize in advance. I cannot remember if this is Joshua or Jordan Zender. I know it's one of you, and I couldn't get the name right. Please let us know,
and we'll call it out.
Please let me know which one, because I can't remember. But because it came from a different email, and then you didn't sign your name. So I apologize.
So what's the story?
Oh, this is your third time Monkey Face Films. Very good. I thought I'd seen you before.
Nice to see you
Joshua.
Again.
It's Joshua Zender. Okay, great. Thank you, Joshua.
Monkey Face Films, I've been trying to check in with the chat a little bit more. It's way on the other side of the monitor.
Yeah, it's kind
really
of
nice
like way over here right now. It's great to see everyone, and like I hope again that this ultra low latency thing is hopefully clearing up some of this gap.
Oh, and Moto says it's Joshua.
Wait.
Or Joshua.
No,
Joshua.
Oh, it's Joshua. Yeah, Joshua Zender. Okay, great. Anyway, it's going to be the Queen Snow Cone Island's birthday soon. So Sir Frost Cream is directing a play as a birthday present. So you guessed it, Goldilocks and the Three Bears. So Max Mallet, Mary Mallet, and Little Lily Mallet are the three bears, and reluctantly, and reluctantly, the Sir Meltalot has been forced to play Goldilocks. And he says, hope you like it, and he loves Lego Family. I miss you guys and ladies on the stream, so this is my gift to you. I know you wanted Sir Meltalot and Sir Frostcream, of course, and it's so glad to see. Thank you so much. Thank you, and welcome back. This is great. I love it. Oh my goodness. Well, I love that you played with the story. Oh, and that ice cream guy?
Yeah.
I just got that. It was like a little Unikitty set, and I got it on Amazon Warehouse for like $5. I just wanted like a little smiley treat, and it came. Yeah. It's in the decontamination zone. But I really wanted it for that ice cream cone piece, because I've made ice cream cones a lot, and I never have a cone.
Face is so happy with the like anime eyes.
I know.
Oh, what do you guys think about those new sketch mosaic builds that just got announced yesterday? Oh, Rack's Rack. Yes, we talked about those earlier today.
Yeah, we did. We talked about those earlier today, and we were talking about how cool they were and the artist behind it, and that also led into our challenge for this next week, which is to make a mosaic, and we'll go over the rules of that a little bit later.
Yep.
Okay, so we've got...
Moto.
Next, okay, this
I'm gonna guess this has to be Jack and the Beanstalk.
Yes, and this is Mr. Elmo Man. And
awesome.
Mr. Elmo Man is a big fan, and he's always here. It's always good to see him. So check it out.
He's a really smart, brave build.
He's done Jack and the Beanstalk. I know, it's so balanced up there. I love it. I would not want to carry it on Lego Masters up to the podium. I would be scared.
No, it's good.
But it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And okay, here is my favorite part of this. I want you to notice that he put the giant on the top, because I was wondering when I first saw it come up. I was like, oh well, I wonder how he's going to make the difference between the two characters. And if you look down here at the bottom on the left, now I don't know if I can actually like make the picture bigger so that you can see it, but check it out.
Is that Jack?
That's Jack. Jack is a little micro figure made out of a blue and a tan dot.
And he's climbing the stalk, and he has a long way to go.
I think that's wonderful. That's so
really
awesome, Mr. Elmo Man. Thank you so much. What a really fun build.
And I
really
agree
like
with
this one.
Brickanista. Really nice colors on there, and I like the use of the profile brick to add more texture too. It's really good. Greebling
very
all through
really good greebling and all the little branches and stuff like that. So well done. I love it. All right, so let's see.
And I say brave because I know if I built this, I would break it like a dozen times, right? And I'd have to photograph it.
Oh, so coming up now, we're going to get a little comparison, an interesting, well, I won't say comparison, 2 takes on the same story.
Oh, 2 different. Oh, cool.
So
now
this
I'm gonna
is
guess Tortoise in the Hare.
Yeah, so this is Shane Levin's version of Tortoise in the Hare. And so I love it that it, again, so you know how we talk about you want to be able to tell the whole story like on a first glance? You can tell the whole story on a first glance. It's a simple model, really cleverly done. I especially love the rabbit's like pose, like leaning back against with the closed eyes.
He's having a nap.
He's having a nap there by the tree. And he's got the tortoise there, and then I love the fact that there's the flag. Like the flag is the thing.
Line.
Yeah, the flag is the thing that like that one element that like if it wasn't there,
we don't know where are we in the race.
Yeah, where are we? But that kind of like tells you, and I also think it cements the story that it's the sleeping rabbit is amazing.
I love the use of the overhang bracket for the neck and to support the eyes on the tortoise. I think that's really clever. Just minimal use of bricks here to tell a story.
Yeah.
Like the pink, is it a pink cheese slope on the rabbit's nose?
Yes, it is.
That's great. And the photo is perfect and the lighting is great.
You know, I think I'm just going to have to stop wearing my glasses for the streams. I mean, y'all know who I am now, right? Like, you won't forget who I am because I take my glasses off, but really, it's a strain for me to see at this distance and read everything. And I'm tired of taking them off and on all the time.
Have we met?
Yes. It was a long time ago, though. And of course, though, now to read the descriptions, I have to look at my phone, which means I need to put my glasses back on.
Zonker, I agree, really nicely imagined. And that's great praise from Zonker, who does a lot of micro-scale work.
Yep. So this is from the Lego Vet. I love.
Right on.
Can I say how much?
Completely different take.
And
right?
Can I say how much I love the Lego Vet? I think it's her builds are always amazing. She's the one in the one that did the landmark tower from last week.
Oh,
that really nice, that tall from Jakarta, I think.
Oh yeah,
and so yeah. Oh no, sorry, that's not me. Wait, this isn't you? Uh-oh, okay, did I, oh no, sorry, this is Squirrel Girl 42, apologies.
Got it.
Yep, I had them mixed up.
That was a close one here, honey.
Sorry, the Lego Vet. Oh my goodness.
Hand him his glasses back there.
So,
that's okay. I'm kidding, he doesn't.
Well, you're the worst. Okay, so, sorry, Squirrel Girl 42, sorry about that, also, Tiffany Lego Vet, sorry about that. Okay, anyway,
Rax, I completely agree with you. And if these builds can inspire other people to build, I think that's great.
Yeah, he says, I love all these simple builds. It inspires people who don't even make their own MOCs to try. And I believe, and that's why we're doing these challenges, and that's why I really believe in not making these contests where there's like a prize. Like I want people to feel encouraged to make stuff.
We'll still do a giveaway at some point, but for these, it's just like show and tell.
So I love this different take on it. So this time, but we're using actual Lego animals, which you know I love.
Yeah, including that ladybug.
Yeah, and again, it's the details, right? So we've got and I love the interpretation of instead of sleeping under the tree, that the rabbit is eating a carrot.
He's eating a carrot.
Because he's busy. I love the trail that shows where the turtle's been, like the little matching, because it's like a matching lime green. so hilarious.
And am I right here? Like, are those like the rabbit has hopped
I
from
think
carrot to carrot?
Yes. So he's eating the carrots.
Right. See, he was keeping up with the turtle, and then he stopped, and the turtle was like,
Well, and what I love about it too is like just like the last one where we had the finishing line flag. In this version, we have the checkered finishing line.
Yeah.
That again tells the story that it's a race. And it brings it all in.
And look, it's not even a cheat. They put a stud. I think is there a stud underneath the turtle there? I can see like the little raised edge of a tile there to accept the turtle.
Yeah, and I also love that there is a frog spectator. Yeah, at the finish line. It's like
that's great.
Woo, turtle!
So few pieces.
I love and then there's a lady in the ladybug also. Yeah. I don't know if she's spectating and just kind of hanging out.
The ladybug is on a trans-clear 1x1 plate.
Yeah, to give it some height. I love it, and I also love speaking of height, the carrots. You know, the lower ones and the higher one, because the higher one really draws your attention to the rabbit. I think it's great.
Well, and then to just finish it off there, to make it a more complete mock, they've thickened the base with a line of black plates as well, right?
Yeah, and
it just makes it a more like little objet d'art, right? Just like a sculpture.
Blackjack says, "I think the frog is officiating." I think you're not wrong.
And it's so effective. You don't even need to see the face on the rabbit, right?
Right.
Like, you just know exactly what's going on.
Oh, my goodness, awesome. This is the Lego Vet. I'm so sorry, everyone. Like, yeah, I just got it mixed. I got them. You know, they're in alphabetical order, and I got them mixed up in my thing here.
Well, thanks for, it's a conversation here, so thanks for letting us know when we get it wrong.
So this is great. Now, when she sent the email, she said, "I hope you'll recognize what it is." And I do recognize what it is. And what I love about it is that it could have easily been confused between two different stories, but you made it very obvious which one it is. So this is Rumplestiltskin. And I love the spinning wheel. It is brilliant. What a great little design. And the barrel next door, and then all of the gold in the background, like the hay and the gold in the background, and it's wonderful.
And the character of Rumpelstiltskin brick built is really cool too.
Yeah, well, and I was gonna say, like, the spinning wheel is also like a big thing in Sleeping Beauty, and so just a spinning wheel wasn't gonna sell it. Like, you had to add all these other details, and they really, it's perfect. I love it. It's so good.
And so I always like the corner presentation too, right? Especially in like a 16 by 16 here, the corner presentation makes it a much more 3D environment.
Yeah, the whole everything, like the photo, the angle. Yeah, and actually people are agreeing with us. Yeah, it's really great. The straw into gold is fantastic.
And the full-size brick greebling of color on the background.
That's important too.
But I think the white makes so much sense because it helps the figures to stand out. If it was like a dark wood wall or something, you wouldn't. Is it in a castle? It's almost like castle wall.
Yeah, like she's in the dungeon, I think. But okay, so let's moving on. Very nice work. So this is from Thomas Howard. I love that. Brick-built alligator is really cool. This myth comes from ancient Egyptian lore.
Oh, cool.
If a cocky, spoiled boy was to become the pharaoh of Egypt, they would go to the cave of the great Sobek. Sobek is the Egyptian crocodile god of power, protection, and fertility, so if the young rulers wish to be a great ruler and get married, they must get the judgment of Sobek. But since Sobek is an animal, it needs to feed. So all the young rulers die. Wow. That's very, very dark. I love it.
Wow, the bones and all on the dark ground are great. And what a clever alligator.
Yeah, I really love this. It's great.
I love this foot, the rear foot in the background with the texture on the top of it and the claws.
And the difference in height between like where the alligator's back legs are and the upper legs up on the thing. And yeah, a nice Brickanese is a nice education on the fairy tale from Egypt too.
That's cool.
Egyptian lore. Yeah, we had our Egyptian build last week, and I really, I'm a big fan, as you may be able to tell from.
I'm starting to wonder. I'm starting to wonder about the moral of the fable that I chose. It's an actual Aesop's fable here, but I
No, I really like this. This is great.
Because everyone has very uplifting fables and fairy tales.
Yes. So okay, so the next one next up we've got Wilfred.
Well, now, I don't know how uplifting it is that all of the leaders die, but it's a very it's an inspiring story that they should be of good heart, right?
Right, exactly. Like the number one rule in life, don't be a jerk. I mean, that's in my opinion.
Whoa,
just don't be a jerk.
Great. I think that's a good one.
So, all right. So this is from Wilfred. Now, Wilfred, I will. I think there may be a little loss in translation here, so I'm going to try. I'm just going to read your email, and we'll see
if we get it wrong.
So Wilfred says, I made this mock thinking it would be a good use of the brick separator and a great pun. Okay. Then I realized that Ray Ponce is called Rapunzel in the U.S., and that the Disney movie is called Tangled. So in the end, the pun isn't so good, but I'm still happy with the mock, because who doesn't like a buff ginger mohawk and beard guy in a white gown? And he self-admits here that the pun is really bad. The bearded,
I love bad puns.
The bearded giant is Raymond Punzel. His friends call him Ray Punzel. He calls himself Princess, but he's just a drama queen waiting to be saved by La Bandita Rosa.
That's La Bandita Rosa there on the side? And you can see she's in pink, right?
This is so hilarious.
I love it. I love the that she's climbing his beard. The articulated
like Drew Bear.
I was wondering if Drew is with us today.
If Drew's the model, the inspiration for this. No, it's great. I love this. And the tower windows are great too. What pieces did you use for like the bottoms parts of his mustache? And I love this, Wilfred, because I know that you generally do stuff with minifigures, and I love that you've gone further and done this figure that looks like it's articulated, and I love those eye pieces.
Yeah, I can't tell in the beard. Those aren't scuba flippers, are they?
I know, that's what I thought. Wilfred, could you tell us what what his mustache or beard is? Because I can't tell if it's flippers or flames. It's hard to tell on the animal pointy stuff for the mustache. Okay. Oh, like the little horns. Got it. Brilliant. I love it.
Really and I love the articulated arms allow you to, it's so expressive.
Yeah.
How did you attach so the brick separators have two studs on them, and that's how you're attaching them?
It's great. Well, and
there's hinges. I understand there's ball hinges in there.
Well, and I also love that you've taken the photo at a perspective that you can see the hair trailing down to the ground. It's really great. Yeah, brick separators are really
they are tough to use,
and that's great. I did see one. I think my favorite use of a brick separator.
I'm gonna get coffee for us.
Bingo! Richard has to leave. So the best use I ever saw of although this one is really brilliant, but I got to say the first one that I ever saw that I thought was genius. It was an art museum mock. And then the brick separator was on display with ropes around it, like it was a piece of modern art, and it was so genius. And all the people were around looking at it. There was a guy like writing up a review, and it was very silly. I love it. This is great. Nicely done.
Back, Flynn.
Okay. Now, so for once now, Wilfred is not at the end of the list because Zahra Kino, aka Kim, brought brought a piece this week. So now she is the final one. Let's enlarge this a little bit.
Just a second. I'm putting sugar in it right now, and I want to see what she made.
It's great. I love these figures.
Oh, wow.
All right, so this So this is the Lion and the Mouse, and the lion did a kindness to the mouse by not eating him, and so the mouse is doing a kindness by helping the lion with a thorn stuck in his paw.
That's wonderful.
It's really great.
My story is also Lion and a Mouse, but it's a different Lion and Mouse story. This is what beautiful brick-built characters.
Yeah, I love it. I love the look on the lion's face with the two rows of teeth, and then like the
eyes are like he's tearing up.
You got great expression out of it. I love the tail is great. And then the mouse is fantastic. I love its like
the giant ears.
Yeah, the giant ears
on the inside of them.
Yeah, like really smart color work and I love the shape of it. And he's got a really good tail too. This is all around just really fun.
The teeth make me think of Wallace and Gromit.
Yes, it is kind of Wallace and Gromit. Let's see, Stud Sidious, did you get mine? You emailed it and sent it to Instagram. Let me see if I did. I don't know. I'm gonna check because we don't like to skip anybody.
No, of course not.
I don't see it in my email, but I can. I will check on. I will check on Instagram and see if I can see it there. And we'll see what goes on here. Yeah,
just stay with us for a moment here.
Yes. Actually, you know what? While I look for this, I think it's that special time of the day.
Oh, is it? It's past that time.
I think it's past that time. But
we
always want to get through.
It's true. And if we missed you, we're gonna do a teardown of our pieces on Monday, so we can catch up on Monday. But keep looking on Instagram. I'll be
absolutely. I'm going to keep with Mr. Man. All right, everybody. So while I look for this, it's going to be everybody's favorite time of the day. All right, everybody, it's Logan cookie time.
Oh,
and
look,
here he is!
There.
Hooray! Oh, shaking everything.
Uh-oh. I didn't even feel like cookies, so we're having goldfish today. Look at that! Oh, right on the nose. Okay, look, right at the camera. Look how cute he is. Sound of happiness. Here, have another one.
All right.
Boy.
All right. So actually, I was so busy dealing with Logan, I didn't actually get to do this. So I'm going to go to Instagram right now and see what we can find. But while I am doing that, so let's do a little bit.
I'm going to get the model too.
Let's do a little bit of a reminder of what our build is this week.
Okay, our build theme this week is on a 32 by 32 base plate, or smaller, or it doesn't even have to be a base plate, but flat, a mosaic. And it can be as dimensional as you want, but start studs out on some kind of plates. The theme can be anything you want. Make it colorful, make it not colorful. Sky's the limit on that, and it's due by next Thursday at the end of the stream, right?
Yes. Okay, so Sidious, I found your thing on Instagram. I'm not quite sure why we didn't get it in the mail, but let me switch over here.
Wow, is this a render, or is this a? No, this looks like a real life build.
A real life build.
It's such a great photograph and beautiful lighting.
Yeah, what a really fun piece. Let me see if I can enlarge it a little bit. No, it doesn't really want to enlarge much, does it? Nope, it's what it's going to give us. Anyway, so this is Sith of the Studs, a.k.a. Stud Sidious, the Dark Wizard's Lair. Really, really cool. So this is changing it up from space to the wizarding world. I left a few Harry Potter Easter eggs in the build. I hope you enjoyed the details I've added throughout. This is really, really wonderful.
Well, it's so detailed. I love the greebling in the floor. All the different textures in the walls make such a, and they're all monochrome, right? So they make such a great background. And I notice you're not using a lot of black in either the floor or the wall itself, so it doesn't interfere with the black in the wizard's costume.
Well, and I love the Dementor figure. Like, one of my favorite minifig pieces is that ghost body. I think it's so great.
And the elves fence in the wall on the left there, the lantern, it's just chock full. Like, this is every bit as detailed as the most detailed modular build room, right?
Really, really nicely done.
And is that
this is great. The shelves full of stuff, like all of it. It's just really brilliant.
Is this a Harry Potter, is that like Horcruxes or Hallows or something on the wall on the right? What is the tile with the eye on it?
Oh, it's in a jar. So there's like 3 jars with stuff
on the wall,
inside.
like right there.
Oh, that's from Elves. Yeah, that's that little. It's really good. It's
Hooray,
really
I'm
great.
so sorry we missed it earlier. I'm so glad you pointed it out.
Yeah, thank you for letting us know it was on Instagram. Very nice. Well done. And you can follow him on Sith of the Studs on Instagram. Great stuff.
Well, and
awesome.
This is, again, an example of a really well-finished mock. Like, there's tiles along the top of the back walls and the front edges of the floor, too.
Oh, and Stud City says that's actually a custom-printed tile. It's from Zelda Breath of the Wild. I get it.
Oh, cool.
Okay, yes. It looked like, because, there's that similar Elves tile
With
that has
eye.
the thing on it. Yeah. Really nice. All right, everyone.
The table's really beautiful, too, with the dark red and tan.
Yeah, I really like those tiles.
I think whenever you have a piece that has such a very limited color palette, it's so important to have little pops of contrast in there, and this is a perfect example of that.
Oh, the ball, the crystal ball is Mr. Freeze's head. Very nice. All right. Thanks everybody so much for great entries. That was incredible, and we'll be showing ours on Monday. And you can until then you can get started on your mosaic build.
Yep.
All right. So shall we finish up this pop-up book, everybody, in our last half an hour? And we are gonna finish this today.
Not many pieces here. Look at this. 2 bags, couple of bowls.
So just to kind of look at what we went over yesterday. So we built the book. We've got the book completed, and we finished the Little Red Riding Hood portion of the build, and we kind of looked at how. And here, actually, I bet you I can do this. You can see how it folds up.
Smooth as silk.
It's really brilliant. Really, really brilliant. And it's got the little bed inside,
and so what did we find out? What did we find out about that recess there? Is that just for that corner to fit in?
Yeah, that is so that remember we were talking about we put a window in. I don't know if you can see it.
It's right there.
Yeah, there's like a window in there, and that is to just so that these little corners have a place to go when it folds.
So it doesn't stress the axles.
Exactly.
Cool.
That's very careful math.
How long did that take to figure out?
Oh, so Stud City says the community and stream inspires me. You all are amazing. I agree. I'm inspired every time I see all the stuff that y'all do, and we're always so excited. For like Fridays are some of my favorite.
Well, it's got us building, right?
Well, and it's got us building MOCs, exactly. So I'm very excited to see what the mosaic thing is going to be like. I think that's going to be awesome.
I have no idea what I'm going to do.
Oh, Marilyn says, I hope you enjoy hanging out with us as much as we like hanging out with the two of you. That's very sweet. And of course, we love it. We love doing the show. Otherwise, we wouldn't have done, what is this, 46?
Yeah.
47 shows?
Well, I mean,
we love it.
I can say from the heart, this is kind of tough times lately, and we have our ups and our downs, but they're always ups on the show, right? We come here and we just forget about everything except hanging out and having fun with bricks. Right?
Agreed. Fun with bricks. I love bricks.
Of course,
and
Flynn has a lot on his plate too because he's managing that tiny little keyboard.
The world's tiniest keyboard. To
operate the entire bridge of the Enterprise here.
All right, so we're gonna start off like you do with most sets, is doing the minifigures.
Okay.
And what we have here here's the giant's torso, and I love his head is really great.
Oh, and look, he's got the golden goose in his pocket.
Does he? Oh, no.
Yeah, and there's a golden egg on his bandolier there.
And he's got ginger hair and a little ginger beard and a sort of like cocked eyebrow.
I just love that microscale Jack from earlier.
Yeah. Speaking of the microscale Jack from earlier, in this particular set, Jack is one of the little trophy figures. Here he is.
Okay.
He is tiny little trophy figure.
Oh, but he's painted.
But yeah, he's got little painting on him, right? Oh yes, I forgot to tell everyone that you can send your
Here, do this. Wait.
I forgot to tell everybody that you can send your entries into Flynn at TrickyBricks.com. I don't think that's going to work. He's too tiny.
No, he'll never focus. But points for the stick.
Oh, you boys have to go. Monkey Face Films, we get it. Max and Ender, bye. Thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll see you again sometime, hopefully.
Come back and hang out.
All right, thank you so much.
Hey, look at this piece. That's not very common, right?
It is not.
Do you see those a lot?
Not often. I think we have a
Super
couple of black ones. All right, so we've got our giant. He really does have good torso printing.
And he's missing a tooth.
Oh, and I love that his bandolier is barrels, and gruesomely he has some skulls attached to it, some Lego skulls attached to his bandolier.
Former adventurers who got bad rolls.
He's not having. He's also missing a tooth. P.S.
Right, if you're an adventurer climbing the Beanstalk and you roll a 1.
All right, so we're going to start off by taking out Grandma's bed and little tea table.
Bye-bye.
And we are also going to take out the cottage.
How much comes out? Just
so the
those
cottage,
pins?
yeah. So the cottage is attached, if you remember, by these 2 pins, like this.
How easy is that?
And the whole thing comes out. And if you weren't here yesterday to see how this works, these axles are held on with these little loopy things.
With the stops.
Right, with the stops.
Right.
So that way
they're held on with those.
So that way there's a little bit of, flex in when you're spinning it around. I should put that aside.
All right.
Yes. Okay, so what we're going to build now is the folding set piece for the Jack and the Beanstalk part, which should be fun.
Oh, excuse me. I need to step away just for a moment.
Bingo! Richard has to leave. Harry Potter's on TV today? Very good. I need to just... I need to bite the bullet and just buy the Blu-ray collection of all the Harry Potter movies. I just need to do it. I haven't done it yet. And I keep seeing them on sale, like at Christmas time, and I never pull the trigger, but I kind of really want to, because they're not really streaming available a lot. Like, they come on sometimes, but they're not, like, readily available. Actually, what I would love to do is I would love to read the books again. I really should do that, because I have them, not only do I have them on my Kindle, but I have all of my, all of the hardbacks that I purchased when they were coming out. I was living in New Orleans at the time, and I would go to the midnight launches. I know you've heard me say this before probably, but I would go to those midnight launches, and there would be people dressed up in costume and all that stuff. I mean, it was like the premiere of a movie, but it was for a book, and I always thought that was so amazing, like how terrifically, like, old school. And I don't even know if that's old school, right? Getting in line for a book, like whoever in the past got in line for the great new book coming out, the midnight like a midnight launch. Let me see. The illustrated ones are out now. Oh, really? All right. Right, so here we're just building a little bit of ground, and it looks like we're going to add on... Oh, this goes over one. And there's just a little bit of greebling, and we're going to add on this hinge here. All right. Oh, so I'm curious, just while I'm working on this, I'm curious to hear from you. I know everybody said they felt like the lag was better between like what we can see that you guys are saying and, you know, and that kind of thing. I'm also curious, has anybody had any like problems with buffering? They said that if you change this, sometimes the viewers will have more buffering, but I don't know. So I only know if you tell us, but I haven't heard anybody say anything about it so far, so I'm guessing no. But wow. All right. Let me see. I want to build an entire haunted house, dollhouse style, like that Dark Wizard Lair. You should absolutely. I made a dollhouse, haunted house, an actual like wooden kit dollhouse that my friend and I bought and then turned into a haunted dollhouse, and it was so much fun. I had a really good time with that. All right, so now we've got a little bit of a ground here. All right. No buffering until you enter the dead spot in your house. All right, great, smooth sailing. I love it. All right, so we're going to start adding some clouds on here, and this is going to be a 1x4 plate and an inverse curve. These are great pieces, and I don't think there's nearly enough of them. But it's a curve on one side, and then it sticks to the underside of a plate here. So I'm gonna put this, I believe. No, that doesn't look right. It's like this. There we go. So I'm gonna put this little curve here, and I'm gonna add that 1x4, and then this longer one. So you can see I'm starting to build up a little cloud, right? Hey, Paul, how's it going? Very good.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Good to see you today. Let's see what have we got going on here. Okay, so we've got a lot of these pieces in this build. This great little curve. And then one of these to fill in some stuff real quick. And it's interesting, like once they make a new part, you start seeing it everywhere. Like this one that we've seen in several of the builds that we've done, right? Let's go. Here, we're going to put a 1x1 square here. There we go. All right, so I'm imagining we're going to, oh, nope, that goes out to the side. We're going to imagine we're going to build another curve on the outside of this, right? Mr. Elmo Man, you have until next Thursday to get your, it's the same due date that we always do, the Thursday after the stream, so that I can get everything ready for Friday. But now you just have an extra, 3 days to do stuff. So I think that that should be plenty of extra time. I know I need it, especially for this next one because I really want to do something fun. Well, now I'm looking for some curve pieces that I don't see right off the bat. Here we go. All right, so now we've got this shape. All right, it's not super elegant curve, but that's okay. It's very cartoony, I think. And now we're going to start adding on more ground row. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to just move. You don't mind seeing the top of the instructions, right? So we're going to do a 6 and a 4. And we've got there's a bunch of these lime green flowers in this set. All right. Oh, you've been working on a theme park mock for the past months, just about finished. Oh, very cool. A micro scale Lego store. That is awesome. I loved. We love building our California Dreamin' mock, which was our big thing because we're super into. And of course, there you go. There's another thing that Maddie and Jimmy are into, that we are into, is theme parks. Like they were talking about their love of theme parks, and yeah, we're just like, yeah, you really, we really are the you of here. Like Richard said, I don't know if they think that, but we certainly do, or at least I do. I like to think that. Oh, look, we're doing another one of those funny, like, I'm attaching a headlight brick onto the stud of this snot piece, like this. And I'm guessing we're gonna do those cheese wedges in here just like we did in the last one to keep the thing from folding too far out. Okay, so we're gonna do some more slopes here, and you notice, and again, like I say, I always like building a set because you can always learn things even from the simplest builds. But I like the way that they are, like when I do my landscaping, I always like to do this kind of thing. Like I never like it to be mirrored on both sides. Like I like to have like, here's a longer slope and then a straight part and then a shorter slope and then a different slope. Like if you try and mix it up, you can have a little bit more of an organic feel to your MOCs. And that's one thing I really like is organic feeling MOCs, which is why I'm so terrible at building things like mechs. Like my brain doesn't work that way. I've tried. It's just definitely not my forte. Oh, theme park trip right about now. Cheers to that, darling. Oh man, I'm just so glad that we got a chance to go to Disneyland in January before everything went down. And we got to have a great time there with Minifig Chick and some other folks. It was a lot of folks from Bricks LA. It was just a really, really good time, and golly, I sure miss it. And of course, I just posted a picture on Facebook of my trip with Johnny Cat and Richard that we went to on 8 years ago. 8 years ago. So I'm loving this too. Check it out. So these are, because we want it to look like it's up in the clouds and things are small below, we're using brown 1x1 rounds with a green cone on top to simulate little pine trees. Right? Okay, and we are going to, so we have this all done. Okay, now we're going back to another, okay, so there again, see we've got even though we're building up this hill, you can see that I've put a long slope on top of a regular 45 or 33 slope or whatever it is, right? Whoosh. Oh yes, I see you're talking about the haunted castle build, or the haunted house build. I am actually, I checked today, and our haunted house should be here on Wednesday. So that means Thursday, we will hopefully start the haunted house build. So we're gonna have to like pick something really short to do on the other days, so that we can start putting that together. Okay, so, check it out. So we're going to do some micro building here. This time, with the trees, we're going to be using a 1x1 square. And this is a slightly newer piece. It's a 1x1. Instead of a cheese wedge, it's actually got like a triangle, right? Instead of just like a straight one side. And I'm going to put that on top of here. And I'm going to make 2 of those little houses. And one is going to go here. And one is going, oh, it looks like there's another thing here, another slope. And again, short slope, long slope, and then a little house on the top. Look how amazing this is. Oh yeah, we're absolutely building the haunted house. So, like, we've never been able to actually build a brand new set on the show, just because we haven't been buying a lot of Lego lately. Like we got lots of fun donations from Drew Bear and a bunch of other people of great like older sets, and we've been enjoying putting them together. But we're really, really anxious to put together like something brand new. So I'm excited to be able to do that. We'll be able to do that with you. And, you know, it will probably take a little while. I will be honest with you. It will probably take a week or so to get it all together. And then we're going to motorize it. So it might be a little bit of a, you know, we might do some of the building of it off camera just so we can kind of move through it. But I think it's going to be a highly enjoyable set. All right, so I'm making 2 more little houses. And this, and notice, too, that I'm making 2 houses that are now a different size. I think another really important thing about making stuff like this is staggering sizes, all right? Oh, Cornado, the Vampire Castle is amazing. It's that was one of the early sets that we bought. This kid was selling his Vampire Castle on Craigslist, and I went to his house and I was like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm kind of done with Lego right now. I'm going to use the money to buy a guitar so that I can take guitar lessons." And I was like, "Oh, take my money, go make music, like do something cool." All right, so check it out. I'm putting this house here, and not only, and I'm doing the same thing down here, and I want you to notice that not only did they have us make it a taller building, it's also got the roof going in the opposite direction. I mean, maybe I don't need to point this kind of stuff out, but to me, that's important. That's like important design stuff. To keep everything from looking like too much the same. That's how, if you notice in a Lego set, there's always some kind of variety. There's never really like, if there's a bed of 3 or 4 flowers, they're never all the same height. They're usually like slightly different heights. And I think it adds interest. It adds interest to the model. Okay, so it's having us flip this upside down, and we're gonna add in another. It looks like it wants one of those hinges. And I don't think that I necessarily see that hinge. See, now without... Oh, here it is. It was just folded up. Hinges, remember again, always use multiple hinges. Your model will be stronger because of it. All right, so putting on a hinge there. Oh, and now you'll see we're going to do the same thing that we did on the other set piece. And so in case you weren't here, I'm going to show you what we did. We have one of these pieces. We have one of these extra long pins. We're going to put the short side of the pin in the hole. And then we're going to put one of these little, where are they? These guys onto the other end of the pin. And then it's going to go right here. And this is going to be our, this is going to end up being our hinge. And I'm going to do the same thing now, just in the opposite direction for the other side. And it goes, did I do it in the opposite direction? I don't know what I did. Yes, there we go. All right, right? Pretty cool. I love this. Actually, I think that this is genius. And now that I know... everybody's been saying that they want us to do a pop-up. So maybe we need to do, like now that I kind of know how it's put together, I think that I could actually probably pull this off. 1, 2, 3, 4. I wonder what story we should do though. I've seen some really good ones. I saw the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I saw the Wizard of Oz when the Wizard of Oz figures came out. A bunch of people did really cute Wizard of Oz ones. And yeah, I don't know, in researching, I remember like a lot of fairy tales being really messed up, but they're even kind of more messed up than I remember when I was reading through some ones looking for different subjects for the mock for this week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And yeah, it was kind of crazy. I was like, wow, this is really brutal. This is not like, these are not happy time stories. All right, here we go, right? There we go. Now we've got that whole line up. And remember, this is all hollow. You can see right down to the bottom. We just made a tube. And now we're going to make this funny... well, I'm glad we're doing this again. So just in case you weren't here yesterday, you get to see how this goes together. So now I'm going to take one of these axles that has like... it looks like a little flattened nail head on the end of it. And I'm going to put it through... this, and see that little nail head keeps this piece from falling off the end. And I'm going to put this on here, and then we're using a 45-degree axle connector here, like this. And then we're going to add a 2-stud axle and a bushing onto there. And now that is going to attach onto, where are you? That's going to attach onto the bottom of this. So we've got these. This is going to fit here. And we're going to put just to fill this gap so that there's a solid line, we've got this. So you can see this is, again, plunges, right? All right, and then we're gonna add that that pin that has the little cuff on the end of it, like a bushing. So that way they're much easier to pull out. If you're ever working with Technic, pegs can be very difficult to get out. So these are great to use. These are really great pieces to use if you're not going to see it and you want to be able to pull it out, or if you want an axle connector on the other side. All right, and now once again we're going to build one for the other side. We've got this way this time. Try to move this out of the way so you can see it. Here, here, 45 degrees, axle, and bushing. All right, little contraption, and then it's going to go here. Oops, nope. I am a liar. There we go. It's going to go here with this piece in between, again, just like we did last time. And we're going to get our little pin here. All right, so there we have our little folding set piece with a little town on it. It's just really cool, I think. So did we do all that? Nope, we're gonna add these on here. Remember, like we did yesterday, to lock everything in, because you don't want any of those. Something to remember about Technic, and especially about gears, is that they want to tear each other. They want to tear themselves apart. So the more that you can do to lock things in, the better. Okay. Very good. And now it says we're going to turn around. Okay, remember I was saying we'll probably add another curve. We are indeed sideways building this curve onto there. Right, so now we're starting to get a big bubbly cloud thing. Big bubbly cloud thing is a very scientific, very scientific term. All right, here we go.
That makes perfect sense. Thank you.
Gosh, y'all, I don't know how you feel about it, but I feel like this is so much more boring without Richard here. So I apologize that you get stuck with me at the end. But, you know, like Richard says, we have fun, don't we? We do. So check this out. I want to show you. Now, this is something that that I've actually done, and you may have saw it. You may have seen it in our movie mashup build for Lego Masters. Although you know you didn't get to see a whole lot of the model, and that is creating sort of like a three-dimensional feel. So with this next cloud, I made this very simple little cloud, right? And it's built on a plate so that when I attach it here, like this, I now have a dimensional cloud that sticks out. And I did this in a couple of other builds too, except for I actually pushed a couple of them out even further, right? Like you can do a bunch of different places. It really creates, because what it ends up doing is even if it's even in bright light, it creates a shadow. And look how much more interesting that is than that. I mean, it's a don't get me wrong, it's a nice cloud, but adding that little bit of dimension, I think, makes a huge difference, and it makes it really fun. All right, so we put one of those there, and now we're going to top this off with two more of these. Right, so check out that crazy cloud. I really like this. That's really cool. And now it looks like we're going to make another cloud. And this one's only going to... It's funny. This one, even though it's the same size as the other one, is only going to have minimal... So we've put this on a corner piece. Oh, sorry. We put this on a corner piece, right? And here is... Wait, is it this one? Oh, it's the whole piece. So I'm putting on this whole upper curve, and then look, here we have a couple more of those inverse curves that we'll put underneath. And we're going to basically make that same type of cloud that we did before, just a little bit smaller. And we're going to put that right here. So now we have another sort of dimensional cloud that's going to look like it's floating, which I love. So now to help attach this onto the back, we're using this piece with this one and this one. All right, so I've got something that looks like this. And I'm gonna, remember we put this, we have that little bit there, and it's gonna go like this. So you can see, like, from the top, it goes halfway, but from the front, it just looks like it's a cloud with a little extra. Oh, look at this. Oh, you guys, this is great. This is a great lesson in micro building. Look what we're gonna make. So we're using a 1x1 round brick. We're gonna add a 1x1 Technic brick with a hole. And we're gonna add a blue pin to stud. If you've never seen these before, these are great. Pin to stud, whoops. Pin on one end, it ends in a stud sticking out. We're gonna put a little roof on it. Is that right? Yes. And you remember this piece that Richard pointed out earlier? It's going on here to create a windmill that actually spins. That is just brilliant. And then it's going to go here on this little peg. So now we have a little... now, if it were me, I might have made this a touch taller, like just a plate taller, so that the roof sticks out a little bit more above the wheel, but that's just me. That's just me. All right, and then, yes, as I suspected, we're going to fold this in half. And this time, we're going to have one cheese wedge, of course, because this is thinner, right? So that this doesn't open all the way. And now we're going to open up our book, and let me see if I can get us back over to sort of the larger camera. Here's our book, and remember we've got these brown 1x2 with a Technic hole here, and I'm going to put one in here and the other one in here, and check that out. There's our little set piece that folds up just like the other one did. Man, I cannot wait to check. I can't wait to try this. Look at that. It looks really cool. All right, we've added that in. Oh, look at that, everybody. We are on to bag number 6. We are going to finish this today, even if it means we go over, which we're going to. But if you want to stick around, that's awesome. Check it out. It actually came with 2 jacks. I have 2 of them now, so I have an extra. Love that. All right. And look, this isn't a very big bag, so we'll get this done pretty quick. I think we're going to get this done pretty quick. Oh, we're finally getting into some extra pieces now. Like before, there was, you know, hardly any extra pieces. But now, there's your bowl. There's your bingo card. And we are going to, it looks like, make a little sub-build. So I'm going to go ahead and put the this aside and head back over to close-up build. Wow, this one's, I think this one's going to require glasses, y'all. Sorry. All right, so we're using a brown Technic brick with hole. We are using 2 of these snot overhangs to bring snots on the side of this. All right. Then we're going to, oh, look at that. So these are newer pieces. These are also like, these, we would call these snot uphangs, but they are only 1 plate and then 1 plate stud, right? Yes, anarchic knolling is absolutely happening right now. See, this is what happens when Richard's not here. This is what you get. And here, I think, right? Yes. And now we're going to add some, yeah, actually, you know what? Ha! Look at that. Now I'll be able to find my pieces faster. You can and this is really how it works when the 2 of us are working together. Okay, so I'm putting these green ones on the front, and then I'm adding a double clip here, like this. Not quite sure what's going to happen here yet. We've got a... Oh, nope, wrong place. That goes here, like this. Oh, look at that, everybody. We've got a snout brick. No, not a... Yeah, a snout brick coming up, right? We call these a snout brick here. And I'm going to put it like this. And then we're going to add on these little curves. So this is an interesting little thing here, right? Little contraption with like a bunch of little pieces fitting different ways with snot pieces on, you know, on this side and here, and I'm sorry, studs on that side and that side. Okay, so now we're going to add this little guy and a curve. And now they're having us turn it over, right? Is like this way? Yes. Here and here. And there will be, okay, so now we're going to start adding in a little bit more detail with this. Another brown Technic piece. So look, we've got holes. And do you remember when we were talking about yesterday when you said wash your hands? I said it in the comments. So check it out. So we've got the 3 holes here, and just like snot, if you want to line up in system Technic brick holes all the way up, it's the same formula as with the snot. It's either 2 plates, 2 bricks in a plate, or 4 bricks in between. And here you can see that they've got it lined up. So that means something's going to connect in system here and here. All right. I love that, and that, you know, learning that snot math was one thing that really helped me. And then when I learned about like half plate offsets, that really blew my mind. And we'll definitely go over that one time, but it's a little bit more, I think, than I can explain by myself without Richard being here. Excuse me. All right, so we've got this. We got another tree here. Like that. So it looks like we're building a little bit more of the landscaping. And yes, indeed, we are going to build another little house like the other ones. Somebody said they found this relaxing. Yes, I'm sort of like the Bob Ross. And we're just going to add a happy little building here. Right here. Happy little buildings. I want to make sure that I got this right. Oh, it looks like I've got just got a little slope right here. Right? I jumped ahead. Okay, here we go. I don't have any squirrels, though. I'm going to need to, like, get some squirrels to hang out in my yard so I can, like, achieve full Bob Rossdom. Because I'm not going to get the afro. Sorry, that would be terrible on me. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, I've built a little bit of landscaping with a little house on. And you'll remember there's these 2 clips hidden in here and these little, and our lined up Technic pieces. So I'll be interested to see how that's going to go. All right, so we have a Technic lift arm. Now, the difference between a lift arm and a Technic brick is here. This Technic brick is squared on the ends and it has studs on the top, and a Technic lift arm is rounded on the ends right next to the hole, right? And it doesn't have any studs on it. It's a smooth beam. It's so funny now. I feel like I'm back in my classes again, because I would teach the kids how to do this. And, you know, well, the way we do it is you teach the kids what to do, and then they do it, and you just help them out if they need it. So there's lots of, like, and don't forget, you need to do this and this. So when I was with the kids, whenever I would have to get them to, like, a lot of them were really young, like kindergartners, and they have, and I'd have to explain to them, like, I need you to leave a space between the two, because I could tell them 3 times and they wouldn't. So what I would tell them was, like, when you make this, make sure you leave a space between. Don't put them all next to each other. I said, you're making a terrible toothbrush. It's a toothbrush that only cleans 2 of your teeth. And they would always remember. They would laugh and they would always remember. So yeah, there you go. There's your tip for the day. Terrible toothbrush. I don't know why you would need to know that, but... All right, and now it looks like I'm installing a bunch of pin to studs along here, which means we're going to decorate it like this. Right? And we're going to skip a hole and do some more. Lots of pin to studs here. All right, like this. Got all of our pin to, so that means now I can attach a plate. All right. Ooh, check this out. Oh, I see. This is gonna be our beanstalk. So we're gonna take 3 of these, and what's gonna be? Oh, this is actually very clever. So we're gonna take our studs here that are facing up, and we're gonna use this green 3-leaf part, which I love. And I was thinking yesterday would be an awesome way to make Animal Crossing trees, because the leaves on Animal Crossing trees are basically shaped like this. And we're going to attach these all to those pin to studs, and we're going to lock the leaves in with these curves. Remember, locking things in is always a good idea. One more here. And I got the final one here in my hand. Is that your final curve? Yes, it is. See what happens? All right. All right, there you go. Remember, we were talking about this just a second ago. These are now in system with this. So now I can fit those pins right into those holes, because even though I only skipped 1 hole here, I needed to skip 2 plates here. If these were right on top of each other, this would not work. So I'm going to attach it to the back. And there we go. There's our little beanstalk. All right. Oh, I forgot to check my turnip prices this morning too, but I sold mine for 522 bells when I only paid 90 for them, and I made 4 million bells. The first time I've ever struck it rich on the stock market, and it was very exciting. I never thought I would say that, but it was fun. I kind of want my town to have a really high turnip price at some point, just so that I can have people over to enjoy the high turnip prices, but it hasn't happened for me yet. One day. I know it will happen one day. All right, so I'm going to take, you can see that I've set this up, and it looks like I'm attaching this smaller lift arm to this long pin. It's going to go and I'm locking it all the way down. I'm imagining this is this is going to be the fold that opens up the, It's going to be the fold that opens up the beanstalk from the book here. Yeah, I'm going to have to move this back over here because this is starting to get not very many parts, and I need access to all of them. So I'm filling this in here. Now, and if you'll remember, or maybe you don't, I don't know, but so the difference between these 2 pins are well, these 2 pins are the same, but one is black and one is gray. So the difference is that a black pin, in this case, has friction. So it's harder to turn something that's attached to it, where the gray one doesn't have friction. So if you want something that can spin freely, you want to use a gray pin. If you want to use something that's got a little bit more staying power, you need to use the black one. All right. This way? Okay, it looks like this way, yes. Sorry, so now I've got these two things attached like this, right? And so check it out. If I hold these, if these are attached, then this is going to be able to move up and down. Pretty cool. And now I'm going to add this little lift arm. Now this is some serious Technic stuff right here. I sure wish Richard could be here for this, because I know he would enjoy it. But I'm going to do this pin to stud here, and it's asking me to attach it like this. All right, so now I'm starting to get a Jaws of Life thing going here. And then we're going to take another smaller one, and this time we're going to use friction pegs. That's what I call it for my kids, friction pegs. like this. And one, okay, something, oh, that's because it's turned around, haha. All right, check it out. So I've got these two pins sticking out here. One of them is going to go in, sorry, one of them is going to go in this bottom hole. And then this one is going to go in this hole, like this. So check it out. Yeah, no, Richard's just in the other room. He's on a call with his boss, so he needs to take those when they happen. All right, so there we've made our little beanstalk here, and now it looks like we're gonna make the castle. So it's gonna be a little micro castle, which I love micro castles. That's one of my favorite things. And it looks like this one's gonna go together pretty quickly. Turning it back around. This is a great lesson in micro building. And, whoops. And it looks like I'm looking for a square of some kind. Yes, a square plate, interestingly, with holes in the top. And it's this one, and it's the one that has a little, here, thing on the back of it. Like that. It's got a little place to accept a pin, a Technic pin. All right, there we go. And we're going to use 2 jumper plates here. And okay, and again, you see this, not only is this serving a function, but it's also locking these things in, right? And this is a really great piece. We use this for a lot of different things. That's going to go here. And now we're going to start building up our little castle. So the great thing about doing micro castles is you can achieve a lot with just single square bricks and round bricks, which I really like. There's one more. And we're going to make a little like entrance into the, like this, these little, I love these quarter tiles. These quarter tiles are so brilliant. You loved all the Technic inside Steamboat Willie and BB-8. I would love to have the Steamboat Willie. I really, really loved that set, but man, it was just, it was so pricey. I just couldn't, unfortunately, at the time afford it. And then, of course, now I don't think you can get it anymore, and which means people are probably selling it on Bricklink for $5 billion. And I just, I don't do that. I just don't do that. So check it out. I'm using more cheese wedge decorations, some gold dots, and you can start to see the castle taking form here.
So what's the advantage?
And now I'm going to use, oh, check that out. Nice little square window with a little window frame in it, or little zigzags. And I'm going to use this piece, which honestly I find I never have a use for. But check it out. We put the little pane in here, like this, right? And we're going to put it on those jumper plates to create the gate of the castle, right? And looks like we got another jumper plate that's going to go on the top. Now, this is a great little bit of decoration. Check it out. So I've got these gray roller skates. These are such versatile pieces, these little roller skates. I'm going to put a roller skate on top of each of these little poles, like this. What a great little detail, right? It looks like the top of a column. I love the abstraction of things that goes along with with building in micro. I just think it's really cool. All right, so I'm going to attach that here, and you can see that little lip of the roller skate comes right up over top to create a nice little detail there. And then, oh, finally some color. We're going to add some dark azure little half pyramids, and then we're going to do a round brick that has little quarter round tiles on top of it to finish it off, just because they want something nice and smooth. I know a lot of people really, that's something that they go for, is they want it to be really smooth. So it goes here, looks like. Right, like that. I think that's right. Yeah, that's correct. So look, it's got like a little step coming up, little cloud step. Oh, check it out. So here's our beanstalk. Here's our little castle that we made. And if you remember, remember I was showing you these little pieces that we built into the back. So now, like that. And now our castle is attached to our beanstalk. This is really cool. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and get our book back out, and I'll go ahead and switch to this mode. And oh wow, check this out. Okay, so this is again like foreshadowing forethought. So back in the beginning, we built this one plate with a bar into the spine of the book, if you can see that right there. And then you'll remember back when we started building this, I was showing you how we built in the double clips into the bottom here. Well, it turns out that that is what that little bar is for those clips to go onto it. Now, this might be a little tricky. Let's find out. Nope, I got it on. All right. So there, it clips right onto that bar. And we're down to the last bits, folks. Look at that. We are almost done. And then you'll be able to go about your day. I know it's my day for editing. So I have to get on that. All right, so I'm going to take this 1x4 with a bar that points down. Interestingly, I've not seen that one much before. I always see the ones with that they point up. And then we're going to add one of these Lego strings with the stud attached on the back, and a 1x3 plate, and a 1x2 plate. This is like very silly. And then we're gonna again locking it in. We're locking that string in with this curve piece on top. So we have something that looks like this. And that is going to attach on to... Hey, look who's back.
How's it going?
Very good. You got here just for the end. Perfect.
Really? I timed that perfectly, didn't I? I wasn't shouting into the phone in my business meeting.
No. Good. So here is, you can see that string thing that I just made attaches onto that little pin to stud that's on the inside, right? And I think... Oh, yeah, check this out. So remember we have these... goodness. So remember we built in these snot pieces facing the inside. It's the same snot pieces that we used to hold down Grandma's bed and all that business. So it says we're gonna turn this around forward. We're bringing it all the way over. Oops, no, this way. We're bringing it all the way over here to this side.
Yep. And
we're gonna plug that little... Did I do this right? Yeah, we're going to plug that little bar that I was showing you into the hole here. So when I put that, now that it's attached, the string has pulled the castle, right? So that is pretty cool.
Oh, perfect.
That's what lifts it up.
Right?
Yes, and then, is that right?
Yep.
Wow, I think it is. I think that is right. Pretty cool. And then you can
of course, gravity's your friend. It doesn't work sideways quite as much.
Very cool. So let's go ahead and I want to show you. I'm going to go ahead to the front camera, and we'll just tilt down a little bit so you can see.
Wow, I came right at the end.
You did come right at the end.
And that piece that I like so much was used for the windmill.
Yes. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier. And I was saying, actually, that I don't know how tight it is, but I thought that you can't see the roof as well, so I wanted.
You thought it should be raised
I thought it'd be just a tiny bit, so you can see that peeking up over the top, right? Like because before you could only see the tip of it.
Well, those little sparks of orange. I love that piece too. I want like 1,000 of that piece.
I know. All right, so check it out. So here's our book. Here's the little string holding it down, and let me see which side is our cover. All right, so if I close that, this folds down, this folds forward,
And the whole beanstalk tilts sideways.
And the whole thing stands up. Put it down.
Wow.
Brilliant.
Wow, super fun.
Brilliant design.
Wow, and then I know from trying to do lever arms with Technic lift arms before that they must have taken a long time to find exactly the amount, what hole the pin goes in versus the length of the string versus where on the base you had to go to tension it. That had to take forever. Although, I don't know, maybe they're clever and they're
Naomi.
Of course.
Yeah. Naomi says, I may look for the old Apocalypseburg as I missed out on that. The old Apocalypseburg. It went into retirement while we were on Lego Masters. Like Thanksgiving weekend or whatever, but it's that old set. And so again, there's our giant minifigure, and maybe you can get a better look at him if I hold him up to the camera. We'll see if this works. You gonna work?
Yay!
Right, and there's his little bandolier, and look, there's his skulls.
No.
Oops! Oh, hi.
Don't steal the golden eggs. It's going on your
not gonna
face
do it
again.
now. Yeah, it sure is. All right, so. And so I got my jack.
Who are you? Oh, right, you took off your glasses.
Here we go. All right, so, and I just wanted to show somebody real quick. I remember I was talking about how there weren't any extra pieces at the beginning. Well, they all came in the end, and check out the extra pieces. We got one of these strings, which is always great. We got a roller skate. We got a cheese wedge, a quarter round, a bunch of really nice little pieces, actually gold, and of course an extra micro figure.
And I wish that these bricks were like flowers in a certain video game, and you could just plant these and do it the right way, and then they would grow, and there'd be more and more tomorrow. I want a lot of those.
I think we have a bunch.
In orange, really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I'm pretty certain. We'll have to go look at that.
Well, I'm sorry I missed out there, but I'm glad I can come in at the end.
I know. So thank you everybody so much for joining us today. Don't forget, this week we're going to start giving the challenges out on Fridays. And the challenge this week is 32 by 32 base plate or smaller mosaic. So meaning something that if you were to hold the base plate up flat, instead of building up like this, you're going to build out like this so that you can hold it up and it will make a picture.
As flat or 3D as you want, whatever subject you want.
Yeah, if you want it to be a person, a still life, I don't know, whatever you want it to be. Just have, as long as it is, you know, it faces forward.
We stay away from politics and religion.
Right. Just like Lego.
Yep.
So you'll have until next Thursday. And don't forget that you will then email me those at flynn@trickybricks.com.
Ooh, wait, I'm going to use this. Look at that.
Oh, I love that one.
Separator.
It's a really good one.
Right? Flynn
way
over there.
Oh, yeah.
At TrickyBricks.com.
Very good.
There.
Yes. And of course,
That was a good look.
Thank you.
It's very paranorman.
You can find us on Instagram at TrickyBricks, and if you want to send us something through snail mail, and we'll read it online or on the show and show off or whatever. If you have some fun fan art like Thunderman, which is hanging on the refrigerator now.
On the refrigerator.
Flynn and Richard, P.O. Box 11517, Oakland, California 94611.
We have to have a signal like in fencing. We have to have a signal because you get away from me there.
And also, I just wanted to let everybody know, for any of our Patreon supporters, we had a little bit of a problem getting some parts of some things that we need to get with all the everything.
But we have it.
But we have them now, and we're picking the very last bits up this afternoon. We have all our envelopes ready to go. We just have to put this one last thing in everything, and then we're gonna finally get those things set
and
out.
we had lots of fun putting them together too.
Oh yes, and Naomi says that we need to put Thunderpants on Redbubble. I keep forgetting that we need to do that. Yes, we do have a Redbubble with, you can get your Logan Cookie Time t-shirts, your Tricky Bricks t-shirts, and mugs and stickers, and soon
all those things.
Although I need to talk to Vincent. I need to make sure that it's okay to co-opt his idea. I think we might have to get him, give him a bit of the profits. Not that we make anything off of Redbubble. It's like, here, sell a coffee mug for $20. Here's your 3 cents.
I want a Super Sewer Baby enamel pin.
Super Sewer Baby enamel pin? I want that thing. I want that. Whatever that is.
And Sir Melts-a-Lot.
You know what? Maybe we should start Sir Meltzer. We can do some
With stickers.
some stickers of our world famous builds, building characters.
All right, everyone.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you joined us. Yesterday was a wild ride. We were on the web for 3 hours yesterday.
Just 3 hours
And we
altogether.
saw
2
so
hours
much-
today. This went long.
So much cool stuff. It was just a blast last night hanging out with Maddie and Jimmy and Flynn and Mark and Sam.
Oh, thank you, Rax. So glad that you enjoyed it. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Also, I had some people saying we never get notified. Well, apparently you have to hit the bell button, too. If you want to get notified of when we're here, you have to hit the bell button.
And just so you know, just root for us because we have a big climactic scene from 20 sessions. We have the climactic scene
of our D&D
adventure.
It's basically like the episode before the final episode of Game of Thrones, like when the interesting stuff happens. But hopefully not as stupid. But anyway, that's a whole another story.
So wish us good rolls, please.
Wish us lots of natural 20s because we're gonna need it. I think.
Right, everyone. Happy building.
Yeah, we will be back on Sunday with a group chat. Hoping we're gonna have Moto, Holly, and Minifig Chick if we can convince her to actually come on camera.
That would be pretty cool.
We're just gonna be hanging around, chatting, maybe sorting some bricks, talking about fun stuff, Lego stuff.
It'll be like the brunch side of a slumber party. Think about it like that.
Okay.
Right?
Wear your pajamas.
Yeah, wear your pajamas.
All right, well, everybody have an enjoyable Saturday, and we will see you on Sunday at 10 a.m. for our group chat.
Bye, everyone.
Right. Bye, everybody. Oh, don't forget, stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands. All right, take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.